The Conbini Boys. They're the Conbini Boys. They're the Conbini Boys.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Matt. How's it going?
Well, couldn't be going much better here in Cambridge, Mike. Beautiful day. Olympics are going on still, and it's evening here. We're switching up the time, so I got a little bit of little medicine with me here, a little Colorado bourbon to get me ready for bed. But how are things over in Toyama?
Yeah, things are going all right. I got my second Moderna shot on Friday, and so that actually knocked me out yesterday, and that's why we're flipping the time around. But yeah, I'm feeling almost, pretty much recovered, just kind of like, chilling out. But in general, it feels great, to have the second shot done. And yeah, looking forward to the summer and the fall.
Yeah, man. 2 weeks and fully vaxxed, party time, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, Mike. Well, as usual, we got a lot to cover this week in the Conbini world. And you know what? Like I said, it's still the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
We got one more week of this great global competition. Last week, we introduced something called the Conbini Games to celebrate the Tokyo Olympics. And by popular demand, Mike, we're bringing that segment back.
Oh, yeah.
So we've each prepared another scenario for us to weigh in on what is the bronze, silver, and gold medal Conbini items to deal with that scenario, or Conbini game, as we call it here, Mike. So what do you say we kick things off? You want to take the lead off here? Hit me with your first Conbini game.
Sure, let the games re-begin. Matt, okay, I got one today that I think's gonna be pretty good. All right, here's the scenario. You're going camping today and need something for dinner in the evening.
Oh, this is a great one.
In other words, you need to bring something that doesn't need to be refrigerated or kept warm. What do you grab?
Well, this is a very practical, Conbini game here, Mike. I'm sure we have a lot of campers, including myself. Karen and I are big campers, and this is something that we deal with frequently. Gosh. Well, you want something... This one's tough here, Mike. Hold on a second. First I gotta say, when you're camping, it's always good to have some snacks. So I'd probably go with some pizza chips.
Ooh.
For the bronze medal. I do like snacking on some thick cut pizza chips. No refrigeration required.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna follow that up, Mike. Gosh, I'm gonna stick with the snacking theme. I'm gonna go with some edamame.
Ooh.
Some salted edamame.
Oh, yeah.
Because, gosh, what's better than sitting by the campfire, chewing on some edamame, throwing the shell in the woods or into the campfire. Gold medal, Mike. This one's pretty easy. You got to have some brewskis by the campfire. So I'd probably go with a 6-pack of Tall Boy, Keating, Ichibans to round it out. No meal, I guess. So I might need another week to chew on that. But that's the podium. Bronze, silver, gold there, Mike.
Okay. All right. I like what you're doing there. So you got the chips. Hey, classic, food that is good at any time. You get the chips, you buy them, eat them a year later, you'd be all right. Like that. The edamame, wow, what a great choice there. Doesn't need to be refrigerated, kept warm. Edamame can be eaten warm, eaten cold, eaten room temperature. Always great. And then the beers, hey, you're out in the forest, you want to enjoy nature, and so I think that beers are definitely an essential item. And so I'd say, in general, I like the podium that you've constructed here.
All right, Mike, time for your Conbini game here. And last week, we had a heartbreak scenario. What do you grab from the Conbini after your heart has been broken? I'm going to switch it up this week, Mike. You've just had an exhilarating first date.
Oh.
You've parted ways. You're walking home. And of course, on the way home, you hit the Conbini. What's your gold, silver, and bronze Conbini items?
Oh, man. Love is in the air. Yeah. That feeling of a good first date, and the future just seems bright as, summer day. All right. Well, what would I grab? You know what? I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling good. And so I want something just to kind of keep coasting on that mood. And so I think I want to grab a little snack, a little sweet snack. And within that, I might grab? I might grab some Poke. As I know that you're not the biggest Poke fan, but I like them because you can just, you don't even have to think about it. You can just pop, 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 snap them, and eat them as you're walking. Just thinking about that great first date that you had. So that's what I'd go for my number one. For number two, again, I'm sticking with something fresh. I want something really fresh. And so I think maybe, I'd get in there and I'd grab a Mitsuya cider. The Japanese famous sort of soft drink. It's clear and has a sort of refreshing taste. And why is that? Like I said, you don't want anything to sort of disrupt your mood too much, anything too heavy. So you're just gonna, you're walking home after the date, taking some sips and just kind of, breezing through life. And for my number one, what you're gonna get after a great first date, I would say you're gonna go, and again, maybe this is just my sort of particular sense of how I want to feel after having that great first date. I'd actually get, of course, depending on the season. Now, if this is winter, this would change a little bit. But I'm sort of imagining summer love. This is a summer date.
Sure.
I'm getting a Karaage-kun, Matt. And
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, and what I'm going to get out in front of the Conbini, and I'm going to open up that Karaage-kun and just stand there and chomp away at it. And anybody who walks by, anybody who walks in, I'm just going to give them a big smile, because today I'm feeling as good as you can feel.
I like the lineup, Mike. Karaage-kun, Mitsuya cider, Pocky, all really good summer items, nice and light. Also, it's not gonna weigh you down. If you were to go heavy with like a Chiki, a pasta, something like that, that's gonna kill the whole vibe because you're gonna have a load sitting in your stomach and then a load sitting in your toilet in about half an hour. Kill the whole vibe. So I like keeping it light. Love the Karaage-kun, especially if it's summer love. Cool, refreshing, sweet. Great lineup there, Mike. I think you hit it out of the park.
Thanks, Matt. All right. Well, hey, that continues the the Conbini Games for this week. Who knows? Next week, maybe we'll finish it off as the Olympics. I think will be closing up here soon. But anyways, Matt, for now, we're going to continue on over to the Chickie Wars. And Matt, this week we've got 3 entries into the Conbini Wars. And let me just show you what we're looking at to start. So, Matt, coming up first, out of Family Mart. I don't know if this is a completely new item. I kind of feel that maybe we've seen this before, but this is the teriyaki chicken steak. The teriyaki chicken steak. Matt, we're looking at this together here on video here. What do you think about this Chiki?
Well, no doubt about it, Mike. We've seen this one before. This is a broiled Chiki, teriyaki flavor, so a little sweet, a little salty. I gotta say, I do like it. It's summertime, so it is nice to have, a Chiki without the coating. They might be thinking about the Olympic athletes. As a matter of fact, they want to keep those men and women feeling loose, feeling light, so don't load them up with, flour and a lot of fry oil. I do like on a broiled Chiki, you do get to see that crispy skin.
Oh, yeah.
It does look outstanding. No doubt about it, these are still going to be juice bombs. Nothing to worry about there. So, I think nice for the summertime here to keep this one light.
Yep. I completely agree. I think it looks like a perfect Chiki for the summer. I'm sure this skin on there is incredibly crispy. And I'm sure that there's a lot of juice going on in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I worry a little bit about, you bite into that skin and maybe you get a boom. Maybe you lose some juice. But in general, I love it. I think for summer, this fits perfectly. And like you said, this is not a completely new item, but I think it might be a good time to get out and give it a try.
Could probably fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Could have Katie Ledecky breaking world records in 50 meters of Chiki juice.
No doubt. All right, Matt, going on to our next one. A lot of Karaage-kun coming out these days. So, Matt, what we've got... Karaage-kun from Lawson. We've got the Tokushima Sudachi flavored Karaage-kun. So Sudachi it's kind of like it looks like a little lime. It's a citrus fruit that is that actually is known that in Tokushima is known for. And I'll actually start off with this one, Matt. I love the citrus chickens, especially the Chikis. I think it, of course, looks great. Sudachi is a little bit more bitter than lime, I think, which I think would fit nice. I'm a sucker for citrus Chikis, as I said. I will say I wonder if we've seen this before out of Karaage-kun. It seems like maybe at some point Sudachi and Karaage-kun would have met up. But that being said, this is a straight shooter right here. I don't really see how you can go wrong. So yeah, I'm giving this my stamp of approval. What do you think?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like citrus plus fried chicken equals good. I don't. Yeah, it's if Lawson hasn't served up a Sudachi Karaage-kun up until now, it would certainly be surprising.
Yeah.
Because it's such a natural combination of flavors here. If not, this would be something like known flavor 229 for Karaage-kun. Sudachi, I will say, has always confused me as a citrus fruit.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen Sudachi that was juicy before. It's
right.
You squeeze it and you kind of get like a puff of air, sort of a nice, a nicely scented air with a lot of seeds in it. So I'm curious to see how this is going to taste. Maybe it's more of an aroma. I don't know how much the citrus flavor is actually going to penetrate those chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I agree.
I do like what they've done with the Karaage-kun mascot here. He looks like he just got back from like a Grateful Dead concert. He's just wrapping up his LSD trip there with his green hair and little flappy thing below his beak.
Yeah. No, he's looking really, really good. All right, Matt. So we got one more Chiki. This one coming out of Mini Stop, and this one pretty exciting. This is the Taiwan Karaage Chiki, coming, like I said, out of Mini Stop. Matt, what are your thoughts on this one?
I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about this one, Mike. I know nothing about Taiwanese fried chicken. I did see one of our followers on Twitter once say that Taiwan has the best fried chicken, and this seemed to have come from a pretty knowledgeable user. And so, I don't know, maybe this is a whole new genre of fried chicken that could just take the world by storm. I have no idea, but I am certainly excited to learn more about this Taiwanese fried chicken coming out of Ministop, Mike.
Yeah, I actually have had Taiwanese fried chicken before, and I do like it. My sort of impression of it is that it's really crispy. It's really kind of got that zaku to it, which we love. You can see they say it's got the honki no spice kaoru, wadai no Taiwan gurame. So honki no spice, so really nice spices in there. And yeah, I think it would be great. One thing that I've had of Taiwanese fried chicken is sometimes they add in, you get like a cup with pakchi, coriander. Yeah, which is really nice. This is just, it seems it's just the Chiki itself, no extra, bells and whistles. But in general, I really like what we're seeing here from Ministop. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that takes care of the Chickie Wars here, Mike. Another busy week with the chicken, which is great to see. But we got to move on to the new item scoreboard here, Mike. We got to check out what the Conbini are cranking out this week. Let me break down the numbers for you. We got Family Mart, 46 new items. Lost 35. 7-Eleven, 90. Mini Stop at 27. Daily Yamazaki at 5 new items. Seiko Mart has 6. And New Days at 16. Mike, your reaction to those items, to those numbers?
Yeah, not much to say. Straight shooting this week. Everything looks to be right where it should be. 7-Eleven a teeny bit low. We like to see 100, but besides that, just looks great. Last week was a little bit low, and so excited to see that the numbers are back where they should be.
All right, Mike. Well, let's take a look at our winners and losers, where we each pick out something that caught our eye and something that we think looks pretty bad. We'll start with your loser. Always curious to see what you've got picked out.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Matt.
What
So,
the hell is that?
yeah, what the hell is that? That is the question, Matt. This is out of 7-Eleven from the sweets maker Fujiya. Matt, the name of this item is butter yaichata. So this is a question. The name of this is this butter grilled? I think is maybe what you could say. Matt, this is a sweet snack, a dry snack. On the cover, you have a big sort of hot chunk of butter with a fork through it. But you can see what this is. It's a butter-shaped and colored snack, but it's a dry snack. And I think they're saying that this is like just condensed, like basically butter that's been like grilled or I don't know. The problem I have with this is like the great thing about butter is that it's got that milky smoothness. When you take that out of it, it looks like something maybe astronauts would eat, like dehydrated food. And they're saying it has a really sort of like biscuity texture to it, but that just does not seem great to me, especially during summer. Like you're going and grabbing some snacks and you're just getting like dehydrated butter snacks. Matt, this does not look great to me. It's unfortunate. I do like the title as a question. That's pretty cool, but in general, no, this is not something I'm interested in.
Yeah, Mike, actually the question, I'm not so keen on the question. If the product makers don't know what the product is, it's probably time to put that back in the old, abandoned idea pile there. I will say the actual product, and they have an image of it, it looks, I don't know, kind of like a square piece of chalk or something like this. I don't know. I maybe changed this to like fossilized butter. This doesn't look good at all. And I gotta believe there's no butter in this. If you think of like a cookie, like a butter cookie, that would be really nice. But this isn't supposed to be like that. It's just supposed to be like a block of butter that maybe has been Like yeah, what a confusing product here, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know what more to say about it. What do you say we move on to my loser here?
Sounds good, yeah.
All right, Mike. I hate to kind of do this, but we're at Daily Yamazaki, Mike, and we hate to bring up Daily Yamazaki because they have so many issues with their photography, and gosh, we still don't know what's going on, but we're looking at a melon pan here, Mike, and hard to describe this, but it kind of looks like maybe like coral reef or something like this. Very, very yellow, fluorescent yellow, way too overexposed. It kind of looks like maybe like a lump of rock candy. Hard to describe, but Mike, I've been watching a lot of 24 lately, the old program with Jack Bauer. And this just looked like something a terrorist released to murder millions of people. I looked at this. I nearly got my phone, called up CTU, the counter-terrorist unit. We might need to bring Jack Bauer back from the dead or out of that Chinese prison, wherever he is. We got to do whatever it takes to stop Daily Yamazaki from releasing this melon pan on Japan. This would be catastrophic. So... yeah, this is like a level 5 threat, I think.
Well, we know about our histories with melon pan to start.
Yeah.
I am a fan of melon pan, and you are not. And I think if you're going to pick up a representative to represent the family of melon pan, this would be, sort of the the bastard child of the melon pan family. Matt, yeah, this is unfortunate. I mean, in theory, the description sounds nice. If I wasn't looking at this, I'd think like, okay, zaku zaku shita shokan for the outside. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of par for the course. But, yeah, Matt, I do like to defend melon pan. And I think actually a couple weeks ago I picked up something from Lawson that was really nice. But, yeah, what is this for? Who is this for? Like you said, this just seems... like an unnecessary product that, if you're doing melon pan, you want to do it right. And it seems like Daily Yamazaki missed the mark on this one.
Yeah, I got to turn on. My eyes are hurting looking at this thing. It's so bright. All right, let's check out your winner for this week, Mike. What do you got here? Oh, yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
Yep.
Now we're
All
done.
right. This is the Soufflé Pudding Tiramisu Cafe from Family Mart. Lot going on here, Matt. So this is it's a pudding with a tiramisu souffle on top. Let me walk you through the layers here. So in the bottom for the pudding, you have a sort of light coffee pudding.
Ooh.
With whipped cream and coffee sauce. Sort of wedged in between there, and then on top a tiramisu souffle that's just been sort of set on top there, Matt. It's summer, and I think both of us this summer have picked up coffee jelly themed items. And I think that this looks to be sort of even like a step up from that, where you have the tiramisu on top, which looks just beautiful. Yeah, Matt, so these 4 or 5 layers here seem like a dream come true. I think that, you have everything that you'd want if you were having these items sort of combined into one: coffee, dessert, sweet, and bitter. It just looks amazing. And, hats off to Family Mart for bringing out a real winner this week.
Great choice, Mike. Actually, I tweeted out earlier today, this is what I want to be when I grow up. This coffee souffle pudding. It is outstanding looking. I gotta tell you what, Mike. If I'm Thomas Keller running the French Laundry, one of the world's best restaurants, I would serve this for dessert as is. It looks that beautiful. That dusting of cocoa on top, Mike, with that fluffy souffle that has risen out of the plastic cup. I gotta believe they have a domed lid to handle that souffle that's rising out of the plastic cup. And then that delicate coffee pudding sitting below. Can you imagine the fluffy texture of that souffle pudding? I'm sorry, that souffle, the tiramisu souffle with that coffee pudding. Outstanding, Mike. Either one of these would be great. To put them together in a single product, holy moly, that is one hell of a job here by Family Mart.
Oh yeah.
All right, Mike, it looks like we both had a sweet tooth this week for our winners, because I'm going a mini stop where, Mike, they're about to release a limited run of Belgian chocolate soft serve ice cream, and Mike, they got one with a twist. Yeah, boy. So mini stop going deluxe here with the Belgian chocolate ice cream in the plain cone. Looks absolutely outstanding. No doubt this is going to be a rich, stunning flavor. But I like that they had the guts to also serve this with the mix.
Oh yeah.
You know, because you got that Belgian chocolate. No doubt they got a feature where it is just the Belgian chocolate, but they're going, no, this is so damn good. You're never going to lose the flavor of the Belgian chocolate. We'll put this with some vanilla in a twist as well. That's how confident we are and how good this chocolate is. I love this, Mike. Also, the price, outstanding. We're looking at 250 yen for a soft serve ice cream. Are you kidding me?
Matt, we've talked about it time and again. Mini Stop with their soft serve ice cream. One of their defining traits is that they have soft serve ice cream at Mini Stops. Matt, I agree. This looks amazing and just in time. It's hot as hell. And, you know, having these sort of packaged hard ice creams are great, and you can get them at all Conbinis. But Mini Stop, you know, showing their power, bringing out this great soft serve ice cream here. And I agree, Matt. Like you said, Belgian chocolate, known for its rich, sort of thick flavor. And I got to be honest, you know, that mix, that twist that they've got going on there, that to me seems like a dream come true because, you know, the Belgian chocolate sometimes can even be a little bit too rich. You cut that with that sort of light, nice vanilla flavor, and that just seems like a dream come true, Matt. Wonderful pickup here this week. Great to see Mini Stop shining, you know, where they always do shine.
And the tip of this soft serve,
Oh my
Mike,
God,
man,
are
a
you
ballerina could pose on this thing. I mean, you could set a statue on this damn soft serve tip we're looking at here. That is one hell of a tip on that soft serve. All right, Mike, that wraps it for our winners and losers for this week. Now it's on to my favorite segment, At the Gemba with Mike. The Gemba, of course, the place where the action happens. Mike, you're in Japan, where all the action is. What do you got for us this week?
All right, Matt. Keeping up my sort of run of reviewing Chickies, which I think recently have been about 95% of what we've been seeing.
Great
but
Pulitzer level.
So, Matt, we're going this week to probably the item that we were both sort of most interested in last week in terms of is it good or is it bad? Matt, what I'm talking about is that Karaage-kun that we saw last week. That's the ketchup and mustard Karaage-kun using their new Nisotate technology of injecting the ketchup and mustard as a dollop inside the Chiki. So you get that sort of great condiment and Chiki flavor with each bite. Matt, all right, let me tell you what's going on here. Well, let me give you my score. And Matt, I'm gonna have to. I'm sad to say this. This for me, Matt, was a 2-star item.
Oh
right
boy.
here. Yeah. Yep. You know that this is this new technology they've got, this dollop technology, something that we love and we're really excited about.
Yep.
And like we said last week, how can you go wrong with ketchup and mustard? Especially with this nice sort of like gray poupon sort of, chunky mustard. Matt, the problem I had, and something that maybe you saw, but I think I just sort of overlooked last week, is that what this is not ketchup and mustard injected in there. This is a mustard injected in there, and the Chiki is a wiping of ketchup.
Wiping, okay.
Right. So, you know what that means. So I was expecting to bite in there, get that Chiki flavor we love, with like sort of half mustard, half ketchup, that fresh sort of, flavor to it. Mm-hmm. But instead, it was this sort of dull chicken, ketchup-y flavored chicken with the mustard on top, which also was unfortunately sort of bland and had lost a lot of its flavor in the frying process. So Matt, I hate to say it, I think we both were wondering which way is this going to go. But in general, it just did not do it for me, especially in a black box. The premium version with the new dollop technology was, in the end, a pretty big letdown for me this week.
Yeah, it is disappointing, Mike. Especially, we've had some home runs with this injection technology, Karaage-kun. I know the Yuzu Kosho one, that was the first one to come out. That was a 5-star. Mm-hmm. But, to hear that the ketchup was a wiping. Whenever you hear the word wiping, that's bad news. And then the mustard. To hear mustard is probably one of the least bland flavors out there. So how to make that bland, especially if you're really pumping up the deluxe nature of the mustard. They have a giant spoonful of whole grain lumpy mustard on the cover of the black box there, and wow, to hear that 2 stars. Well, no doubt hopefully they'll come back with a much better version. Maybe we'll see an A1 sauce injection Karaage.
That's what we're hoping for.
An au jus injected Karaage-kun. Who knows? But want to see Lawson come back from this one.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully we'll see something new. And they've got that Final Fantasy themed one as well, which I'm hoping to get my hands on.
The metaphor, the dark and light. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. In our last segment this week, we're going a little long because we got a haul here, Mike. We got a segment for What's the Call on the Haul. And I am pleased to say, Mike, this haul comes from a Canadian sports journalist, Devin Heroux. Hope we're pronouncing that correctly. But he's been covering the Olympics, getting a lot of attention for the 7-Eleven hauls he's been posting.
Yes.
Of course, the journalists are, I guess, quartered off in some sort of zone. They can't go out exploring all of Tokyo's great food, so they got some Conbini, including a 7-Eleven available. And Devin's been doing great work, not just covering the Olympics, but covering 7-Eleven and really doing Conbini diplomacy, spreading the good word about how fantastic Japan's Conbini are. And Mike, he's been working all week long. We've been trying to do some coaching. I don't know if he's accepted it. We also got him in touch with Alex at Japan. He was our first Conbini mentee as part of our Conbini mentor program. So Mike, Devin posted a haul yesterday. He's about a week into his Conbini education. And Mike, I want to give you a chance to make a call on this haul.
Yep.
I'm going to break it down for our viewers as you look at it. So, this is a nighttime haul here, Mike. This is what we're looking at. I'm going to start at 12 o'clock, move clockwise. We got a big old Pocari Sweat, followed by a onigiri with chicken inside of it. We have some big chunky soy sauce flavored rice crackers, a nice bag of those. We got a Chiki, Mike.
Oh boy.
We got a Chiki, a boneless Chiki there. And then we got a Haagen-Dazs green tea ice cream, little baby cup there.
Oh, yeah.
Then we got a bag of almond cookies. And then, Mike, we have an egg salad sandwich. What's the call on this haul, Mike?
Holy.
So after a long day, a very long day of covering the Olympic action, Devin's been hustling around, moving from the pool to the arena to who knows where else. Clearly, he's rested this on a hotel bed.
Matt, first off, I'd just like to say, Devin, thank you so much. Like you said, Conbini diplomacy.
Yes.
I was actually talking to a coworker, and this is not just in the English news. This is Devin's work has been sort of catching attention in Japanese Twitterverse as well. My coworker said, "Oh, you're talking about," when I talked about Devin, he said, "Oh, you're talking about the Conbini Ojisan." Ojisan meaning like guy, you know, so like the Conbini guy. Matt, and yeah, I'd like to say, you know, thank you so much to Devin for all his like bringing attention to the Conbini. You know, he I could see him in the Hall of Fame someday, no doubt. And Matt, all right, so getting to this haul, which had my eyes wide open, Matt. I'm just gonna go out and say, what a haul! 1 week to be able to perform this haul. This is almost God tier haul right here. I'm just gonna say straight off the bat, 5 stars. Okay, Pocari Sweat, my favorite Conbini item. Awesome. You got the Tori Go Moku. So this is chicken with like some other ingredients in it. Onigiri, great. You have an item that I haven't talked about, but is one of my favorite. It's the ultra crunchy senbei. The rice crackers, I love them with the soy sauce, gives that extra like coating on the outside that really crunch and crack when you bite into it. He's got a Chiki. I'm guessing this looks like a Nana Chiki. So, you know, he's mostly been going to 7-Eleven, I think. So this looks like a Nana Chiki. Love it. The Haagen-Dazs, the premium, the cup. He found the special freezer in the background. So Devin is like, he's way ahead of the game. He's got the almond cookies, which I've never had, but I'm sure they're great. And then he's got, you know, the Sando, the legendary Sando, the Tamago Sando. Matt, I'm really moved. I've been moved by this haul. This is a 5-star haul. This one's going in the Hall of Fame. And in the future, I think Devin himself might be in the Hall of Fame with some of the greats as well. What a great haul. It just puts a huge smile on my face seeing this.
No doubt about it, Mike. I was actually shocked to wake up this morning and see this haul. I also rated it 5 stars, and I am very pleased to say this haul is now in the Conbini Hall of Fame because of the number of likes it received on Twitter. And I just want to say, I have rarely seen this sort of rapid learning at the Conbini in just a week. You know, Devin, his early hauls, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, they weren't great. But you can't expect much out of an early Conbini goer. But to see this level of quality, I mean, he's got a full meal. All courses are represented, and he's picked out like the best version of every course. Yeah, it is truly outstanding. So congratulations, Devin. I think this is, you know, no doubt about it. You're doing great work covering the Olympics, but I think this is your best work so far. All right, Mike, it's time to wrap up the episode here. Want to thank everybody for listening. Also want to thank everybody who's bought us a Chiki. Carrie G. St. Michelle, 20 Chikis. Wow, still our #1 fan. Thank you so much. Crew of Japan with 2 Chikis. Jeff Bailey, Anonymous, each with a Chiki. Thank you so much. If you want to support the podcast, head over to buymeacoffee.com/Conbini Buy us a Chiki. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Please rate and share the podcast. You can also check us out on YouTube, where you can see all the stuff we're talking about. Subscribe and like. Join the conversation on Twitter. We're really active there. Also Facebook and Instagram. If you have a Conbini memory or Conbini composition, head over to anchor.fm/ConbiniBoys. Leave us a message. We'll play it on the podcast. Thanks, everybody, again for listening. And Mike, hey, I'll see you at the Conbini.
See you at the Conbini, Matt.